Hello, good afternoon. This is me from Alex from MetalUniverse.net, and here we're with Ihsahn, Emperor. Thanks for having us. Thanks some of your time to chat with us.
Thanks for the support.
First of all, will you tell us why you decided to create your own project in Ihsahn? And it's a really different thing from Emperor. What inspired you to create your own solo project that has different elements in the music that Emperor doesn't have?
Well, I think it's for many like myself to have kind of a broad interest in music.
Next question. Alright, cool. So
within the band, there's always compromise. You know, and for better or worse, you know, it's like what kind of molds the band. That's so. But for me, eventually. I had this privilege. I mean, when we started Denver as well, it was very uncompromising. There was nothing there to guide what it was supposed to be. You know, so we kind of made the rules ourselves. But you know, during the time that we did Denver, it became more.
So you kind of whisper in her, like,
you know, and all the people started having opinions of what it should be. I guess. Well, eventually, the last Emperor album I wrote and recorded more or less, you know,
Prometheus.
Yeah, alone. So we kind of came to a place where the natural kind of combination of who we were in the band were not really bringing us any forward. So we decided to leave the band before we went on doing it for wrong reasons. It was very uncompromising. We did it alone, and that's kind of how I just continued with my solo stuff. And I'll admit I'm probably not the easiest guy to collaborate. I am very strong-hearted when it comes to my own ideas, you know, it's
very ambitious ideas you have with the Ihsahn records and the music.
Yeah, it's just more curiosity, you know. It's so I in a way I just with continuing Carlton or Supper or whatever I've done, and now solo, it's just a continual exploration of trying to.
Music is like exploration, never ends, and there's always something new.
Curiosity, and in the position I've had where I've been so privileged to be able to play so much, you know, and this has been my living. I can spend all my time doing what I love, and I would like to have, you know, take that advantage and not start compromising. You know, so for me, it's still a journey.
Well, I hope that journey continues. Our next question is it hard to work on both bands at the same time?
No, not really. It's very defined parameters now, and I think it's. I guess I was more ambivalent. Is that in the beginning that I was kind of channeling the wrong impression, where I was doing both my solo stuff and then doing like shows with Emperor, and it got very mixed up. You know, whether in the band or whatever, you know, it's also communication, you know, with the identity and all that. But now I think, and also on the personal level, you know,
I definitely don't think that's true. I'm always just trying to see it happen. I want it to sound good enough that
I've come to the point now, you know, many years ago that I'm under no. I get to do both.
Apprehension that, or
you know, I've been next year. I've been doing this for over 30 years. It's crazy, and without compromising, just doing the music I love. You know, it's
a better feeling for an artist.
No, and I find it hard to complain about the situation.
Ihsahn released on air in May 2018. What's the next for the band?
I've been releasing one new song now in
Telemark, right?
Or 3D from Telemark, and Telemark EP will be out on February 14th.
Let's see.
So that's next, and then I will do consecutively, you know, do shows built on the material of that EP.
You'll be at Prog Power USA in Atlanta in September.
Yep. But by then, I think there might be another release out. So yeah, keeping busy. So it's I've taken kind of a break from doing a full-on album for that. So just conceptualizing a smaller format in form of 2 EPs that I'm releasing now, kind of heavily connected to the live side of things. So it's kind of a project that is not just a release, but extending into live performance.
My next question is that what does playing 70 Tons of Metal mean to you as a band versus other festivals across Europe, like Wacken, Ruta La Soul, Bloodstock? What makes this festival, 70 Tons of Metal, different and compelling to any other festival that you have played before?
Say that it's not really that different, I think. I would say, I mean, in Europe you have all these, I think there are enough fans of the music, the culture for it is that you can do it in that big scale, which is of course really cool. But in general, I would say, and I get this a lot, is it much different to play to like 80,000 people at Wacken or to 3,000 people in a club, but it isn't. It's all about whatever energy is there. So I've played Wacken many times, and sometimes it feels immense. Sometimes it's light, or just the atmosphere isn't there. I've played club shows in Tokyo that were felt magic. To like 3,000.
Sometimes smaller venues have better crowd and more energy, better than 80,000 crowds.
My most important experience, I think, from having been able to play all around the world.
More like 70,000 tons of interviews.
Wherever I go, we all grew up on Iron Maiden. So we all have kind of this, the cultural common ground of metal music, and and then you get the other cultural differences of what how people are like. It's kind of a bonus, but then you kind of start. You don't start out from scratch. You start out on that common ground, and we all know what to do. We all know how metal shows should be. We all know the energy we're going for, for both band and audience. So I think metal fans around the world are very much alike.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. My next question is, how do you compare the black metal scene in Norway, your country,
So fast.
now versus years back then?
I wouldn't know. The thing is, for me personally, I think, of course, when I was a teenager, I think the black metal scene was something that we all identified with because it was such a small thing. But I think maybe I was never really a crowd guy. So I know my colleague Salvat, he had all the connections and everything. I've always been more just doing my thing and being lucky with that. But the connection with the scene and what it should be and shouldn't be has never been really my concern. So sorry about that.
No, that's fair enough. My next question is, if a band started today, or desire to enter the scene, what advice can you give a band today, almost how you started back like 30 years ago? If they wanted to start, what advice you can give them?
If you're into this style of music or experimental side, if you're not aiming for the hit list, audience and musicians who are drawn to this style of music, or any underground style of music, I think they're drawn to that because of the purity of what it is. It's not tainted by commercial interests and all that. And so I think the best advice that I usually give, because I get this especially from younger bands and younger musicians, is that if you stay true to your vision and try your best, your absolute best, and keep it very uncompromising. If you play music because you love it and make music that you love, as a consequence you might do it so well that other people might have enjoyment from it as well. But if you're not successful, no one can take away from you your relationship to the music you created from here. And in the end also, if you're not 100% honest with what you deliver, I think when people, your audience is honest about it or not, if you don't believe it, it's hard for them to believe it. The success is to be free to.
I remember when you said that black metal was not a style, it's an attitude. I always remember those words. Every day I remember them. My next question is like, you have done and then I said Eclipse album entirely in the past. You've done anthems. You plan on doing one day, say a tour or show of playing Nine Night Delirium?
No, we get that question a lot as well. But I mean, it made sense to do those two first albums in its entirety, and also with anthems, particularly because so many of the songs and anthems are songs that naturally fall into the live set we've done anyways. But I don't think we're quite ready to commit to okay, there's an anniversary for this. We try to make do our best to keep things fresh. It's not like we're presenting anything new, but I think for our own sake, I mean, it's a huge privilege with Emperor now that we kind of get to choose what we do the stuff that we want to do, and we don't do the stuff we don't. So the most important thing is kind of to create an environment of activity and performance that we feel comfortable doing, and that we to keep it fun and entertaining for ourselves as well. So I don't think we will continue playing each album, and I think also because it would be harder and harder.
Understand, sir. What does it mean to you as a musician and as a band be so influential to many other bands? Your sound still relevant after 20 plus years and 30 years and still being relevant, and so a lot of bands, especially black metal, trying to follow your sound, and especially with the Anthems album. How do you feel that being that it's like black metal had a breakthrough when Anthems came out, and there's a lot of people that try to get to that same sound. How does that feel for you as a musician, as a band?
Well, first of all, thank you. I mean, I think it's really nice because I'm a fan of music, and there are bands that I love that made me want to play music and inspired me to play, and music has been one of the biggest gifts in my life. And if any music that I was part of inspired someone else to kind of start that same journey, and have that passion for music, I think that is amazing. Whether if people try to use any of like answers, like a blueprint for how to do it, I think at least if they follow it sonically or try to emulate it, I think they kind of missing the point. So again, it's an attitude, and I don't think it's going to be related to a question that I get also a lot. Will they be able to Emperor album? And then again, what kind of Emperor album should they do? Should we try to recreate something that we did as teenagers, with the attitude of being, plus 40, which would be not genuine, Should we make music, an Emperor album, based on where we're at today? Would that be a point? I mean, personally, I get to do everything that I want with my solo project. With changing the logo for me, make a big difference. So it's all about in the integrity of and the uncompromisingness, and I think that should be. I hope that would be the main inspiration. That you not try to copy what you like, but to take the attitude. It's like not comparing myself at all, but say Jimi Hendrix. So many people, what Jimi Hendrix did for rock music in itself is like insane. But he was at the forefront. He was the first to plug his guitar in the fuzz box straight into mixing desk without even that, because he was exploring the sound. And then people start buying all this old equipment to try to sound like Jimi Hendrix, but they missed the point of what he was trying to do. So it's kind of contrary to what he tried to achieve. He wanted to move forward, and everybody think, oh, that was great, let's move backwards. So that's how I feel about it.
Music is evolution all the time. Thank you for having us in MetalUniverse.net. It was a pleasure to meet you, and hope you enjoy the cruise, and hope to see you around once again.
Thank you so much for the support. Thank you.